All right, Michael here with the roof, guys, and this is your roof. You can see on some of your ridge caps here, they're starting to come up. That's just a sign of wind damage there. Pretty common for this age roof. Your pool panels, sounds like you're going to be keeping those. Those work fine. I don't see any leaks, so it shouldn't be a problem. We're happy to remove them, but you'll want to have a pool company come out and reinstall those, and a lot of times they just like to remove them themselves. Your plumbing boots, that's where your sink breathes, so it doesn't bubble while you're draining. We're gonna put a bullet boot there. It's gonna have a guard on it top to keep the creepy crawlies for going down it. A lot of times I'll find frogs in there. They eat the bugs, they get so big they can't even get out. Your gooseneck here, that's more than likely for a bath fan or some type of venting. We're gonna replace that, and both of these come in gray, brown, or black. Solar Lights and More is your tube. It's just a generic version of a solar tube. It's got a little crack there, but nothing I'd be worried about. I think it's still watertight, no problem. We can replace that tube, the whole tube, with a solar tube. Otherwise, we'll just try to reseal this. If they remove these shingles and it can't be resealed, we'll have to put a solar tube re-roof kit on it or replace the whole tube. This is your ridge venting. The hottest of the air just naturally comes out of it. If we can open it up inside to help it breathe, we'll absolutely do that. Looks like there was a nail pop here. They just put some cement over it or some type of sealant. Your valley here is where you're going to get the 36 inches of ice and water barrier. You don't currently have that now, so that's going to be a big improvement. Your gutters look to be 5-inch with standard economical gutters. We'll pull those back about 6 inches. That's what most people do. These look to be in good shape. Otherwise, I can get you a quote for the seamless 6-inch gutters. The only time we really see a problem is at the points here where they connect. Sometimes these screws don't go back together as well, and you get a little bit of a drip on there, but most people it works just fine. The drip edge here, that's where it flicks your water away. Some roofers, because it's not code, will leave that in place, but it goes up about 2 inches, so you don't get as good as coverage if you replace that, because then you can be sure that the synthetic underlayment gets under there and you got a full protection. So no matter who you go with, I always recommend replacing the drip edge. Some more ventilation here. You have a nail pop that they filled in your valley here, so that's where most of the water comes running to. So if you're going to get a leak, that's a potential for a leak. Satellites, looks like you had 3 on there previously, so sometimes we'll find rotted wood underneath there. We're going to give you 2 4x8 sheets. If you need any more than that, it's just $90 per sheet. We'll know a lot more once we get everything up. Some more goosenecks, another plumbing boot. This one here is for your dryer vent. It's really important you clean that out or get it cleaned out every year and a half, because it starts to build up all of this lint. Makes your dryer work a lot hotter and harder, and it's a fire hazard. So that'll help your dryer out a little bit there too. And you can see the rust on there, so if you stick with a tan brown shingle, we can make that brown and it just blends a lot nicer. Your bird cage, we're going to spend extra attention to. Be sure to protect it so you don't get any holes in it. The only thing I noticed here, and I'm sure it's the only way they can stretch it on, but there's a little bit of opening here on the back of the bird cage where it doesn't go to the rear, it just goes sideways there. Another nail pop here that they covered up, and some more wind damage on your ridge. I'd say the closest color to this would be Atlas Pristine Tan or GAF Driftwood. All in all, that's your roof.